to deepen no limits partnership. So obviously this is a grave concern as far as the West is concerned, and obviously the India is concerned. Mansi, I think we have left that page. Yeah. So this meet is gonna have some implications on the relations of India, China, and India, Russia. But what we can draw here is that how these countries, how these communist countries and countries in the East are coming together on the basis of their Asian values, which is putting a direct challenge to the Western values. This is not that China is getting side of Russia, but this is a reflection that how the Asianic powers are coming together to pose a challenge to the Western ideas, Western lifestyle, Western authority. So obviously, the India has to take now a diplomatic stand as to go with whom, with the West or with its brothers in the Asia.
But I would say कि taking one-sided stand is not what has been India's approach. We are balancing our own national interests. So herein basically we can see कि India के लिए क्या थोड़े और repercussions हो सकते हैं when we are seeing कि Russia की China के साथ closeness increase हो रही है. So when we talk about India-Russia relations, तो वहाँ पे थोड़ा बहुत हमें impacts देखने को मिल सकता है. So that is one of the
So I think
possibilities हो सकती है.
yes, this no limits partnership, I think India should also become the part of no limits partnership with Russia, um, so as to have the similar kind of pacts with
But
the Russia.
don't you think that if we go ahead with such kind of a partnership with Russia, this is going to offend the Western world, specifically US?
No, I don't think that it will actually raise a question on the US friendship with India, because US accept that India's position in the Indo-Pacific and especially in the Asian Peninsula is such that it cannot completely neglect its partners, its neighbors, as far and as well as its old weather friend Russia is concerned. So US has always accommodated the stance of India. And number second, US also knows that Russia is not a competitor of US these days. It is the China who is the competitor of US. And if the India and Russia are having hand-in-hand diplomacy with them, so that will put a deterrence on China also on various issues, on Taiwan issue, on international refugees, Rohingya Muslims. So a number of areas the US is also able to understand the limitations and the conditions of India with the Russia relations are concerned.
But if you're saying that USA is not having any problem or it is not seeing Russia and its competition, it is more concerned with the growth of China. So for one question is that then why were sanctions imposed on Russia if that is not so? Then secondly, because Russia or China की closeness increase हो रही है, so it is going to create a problem for India also अगर we go ahead with a no limits partnership with Russia, because China और USA के बीच में जो tensions है they are increasing. So these are certain dynamics जो हमें समझना important है. And that's true कि USA has respected India's democratic decisions जो हमने लिए हैं. That is because USA के ऊपर उनका इतना कोई negative impact नहीं हुआ है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि USA is prioritizing India's rights या India के interests. That is बस उतने हद तक ही they would be going ahead with the decisions जो USA के लिए basically counter ना हो.
No, I think during the COVID times, when we were importing huge barrels of oil from Russia and from Iran also, so both the countries were very much antagonistic as far as the US is concerned. But still, India took a very positive stance and continued its import from both these countries. And with the use of diplomatic channels and mechanisms, we were able to make them understand that our strategic interest lies with these two countries, and we cannot actually neglect them in the name of having friendship with the US.
That is one aspect कि energy security के context में और हमारे पास क्या option है, कोई option नहीं है ना. And we are just going ahead with crude oil imports. So crude oil imports करने की वजह से USA को कोई problem नहीं हो सकती उसमें. हमारा basically security perspective से as such Indo-Pacific region में भी उसमें कोई problem नहीं create हो रही थी, even if we are importing discounted crude oil from Russia. So ये कुछ according to me मेरे stances अलग है, आपके अलग है. So we can respect and move forward.
Okay. So हम देख रहे हैं कि GI tag has again come into the picture as far as the cashew is concerned, and particularly we are talking about the state Goa. It is a little above Mansi. Yeah. So recently the Goa cashew got the GI tag, and it has hailed the recognition and a great opportunity for the cashew industry in the state. It is conferred upon products originating from a specific geographical region, specifying unique characteristics and qualities. It serves as a trademark in the international markets. Now, क्या क्या challenges हैं इस industry के अंदर? Is that Goa cashews and cashews sourced from outside the state, often marketed as Goa cashews. The applications of this Konkani was filled by, again, we have manufacturing associations. Then Rohit Jante, this is the president of CGMA, who says that Goa cashew nuts are an integral part of Goa identity. Again, this is a support for this move. There are about 300 shops in Kalangut alone selling cashews from Benin, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Tanzania, and from other Indian states, marketing them as Goa cashew. So what we can draw here is that how the African and particularly the Goa are having the cashew relations. The influx of cheaper cashews has meant that several processing units and manufacturers in Goa have been unable to sell their produce within the state. So इसमें I think cashew was native to northeast Brazil and was introduced to Goa by Portuguese in 1570, mainly as a crop for afforestation and soil conservation. The story goes that the edible value of cashew nut was discovered by Goa prisoners exiled to the Portuguese territory of Africa, Mozambique, during Goa's freedom movement in mid-20th century. So how the cashews advent came in India is because of the Portuguese who brought it from the Brazil and introduced it in 1570, and since then it has become an integral part of the kitchen of every single household of India, where on every desserts it is required, on even in medical terms it is very much important, because ये दवाई के रूप में भी इंडियन लोग यूज करते हैं. So I think this we can leave. Mansi, I'm not able to see the screen.
Pravesh, I am sharing the screen. मेरी side से तो कोई problem नहीं है. Like it is not visible at all.
No, it is now it is coming.
Okay.
It was not visible at all, but now it is visible.
It might be because of poor internet.
So winning world medals in distance running is not easy, but with right thinking and training it is possible. So हमारे एथलीट जो है वो मेडल जीत के ला रहे हैं, अलग अलग कोड्स दिए जा रहे हैं उनके द्वारा. तो एक ये भी है कि राइट थिंकिंग और ट्रेनिंग से हम लंबी जो दूरियां हैं उनको कम कर सकते हैं और वर्ल्ड मेडल्स ला सकते हैं. तो इसी से हमें सीखना चाहिए कि किस तरीके से when everyone is doing a lot of hardships and hard work in their works in their life, but they should remember that there is a silver lining in everyone's life, and that should be the spirit and motive behind our work. African athletes do not rest after major competitions and practice continuously. If our thinking is positive, we can also do it. Okay. So I think Manrega scheme we have talked in the earlier part, and no angel tax scrutiny for DPIIT recognized startup companies. Central Board of Direct Taxes tells its officers. So I think the angel tax is demanded from the angel companies, which are basically the new startup companies, and there is no scrutiny. It is recognized startup companies के ऊपर कोई scrutiny नहीं है. तो CB direct tax authority जो है हमारी, that is instructed to not carry out scrutiny of startups recognized by DPIIT for angel tax provisions. तो हमारे यहाँ कंप्यूटर असिस्टेड स्क्रूटिनी सिलेक्शन सिस्टम है जिसके द्वारा हम स्क्रूटिनी करते हैं स्टार्टअप्स की. एंड the Finance Act 223 had amended section 56 clause 2 of Income Tax Act 1961, or the provisions colloquially known as angel tax was first introduced in 2012 to deter the generation and use of unaccounted money through the subscription of shares of closely held companies of a value that is higher than the fair market. तो देखा यही जा रहा है कि किस तरीके से जो भी कॉर्पोरेट कंपनीज हैं वो एंजल कंपनीज बनाती हैं और उनको स्टार्टअप दिखाती हैं जिसकी वजह से उसमें वो पैसा डालती रहती हैं, बट बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ स्क्रूटिनी एज वी आर सीइंग दैट लीड्स टू you know loopholes in paying the taxes, and financial problems are noticed.
तो बेसिकली यहाँ जो
The provisions had
दैट इज बेसिकली जो DPIIT recognized startups हैं, they would not be coming under the angel tax scrutiny. तो जो unregistered company है या again जो registered है उनके लिए it is not going to be a compulsion या mandatory thing.
okay.
I think we can end it, Pravesh.
Okay. So thank you so much and stay with us. Keep watching. We'll meet tomorrow with new newspapers. So thank you so much.